Okay, so here's a new tie rod, which I'm putting on. I'll just angle the camera up toward the action here. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm putting on this tie rod lock nut. Putting this thing all the way back on the inner tie rod. So I have this like miner's type of LED lamp on my forehead, which is really handy. I've never had one of these. It's fantastic to do this kind of work. It's about 9 at night, 9:30 or something, and I can do this in the dark, which is great. So this little device here, which has sand on it, unfortunately, from the sand around here, this little part will slip over on this new tie rod. It will clamp it down so it won't be wanting to unscrew. So now what we want to do is screw this back on and get it into the car, into the steering knuckle. And we don't want to change the alignment of the car, so the wheel on the car cannot be moved. You cannot move the wheels or move the car. Without a tie rod, you can't drive your car anyway. It's gonna not steer right, so it's kind of a captive audience here. So this might be hard to thread. Let's see, do I got everything on here? No, I don't. I need to put this little tiny guy on here. Put that on there. And now we can screw on the tie rod. Easier said than done. You can see how they have like a little slice in it to help it clamp down. It's not easy to thread this thing out of the car like this. It takes delicate touch. Looks like we got it on here. So now I want to keep it up here. And I'm going to be comparing the alignment of this thing to get it up and on here. You want to get this pin in here now, and it's got a ways to go. It's got a long ways to go. I hope this thing fits this car. It looked the same. Put these back onto here to hold the inner tie rod. And I can spin this thing on. I should probably put some WD-40 on here. Hopefully I'm not cross-threading it. I don't think I could be. But anything's possible. If I was cross-threading it, I probably couldn't even get it to turn. That's going on. The older one was easier to get off. And how we doing here? Hopefully I have enough threads that I can go back and get this thing on here and it will actually fit. Probably hear planes taking off in the background here at the airport. Arms are getting tired. Bashed my elbow here. Funny bone's hurting. This is really tedious under here. Okay, it's getting closer. Guess I can move the cam a little bit. I'm surprised how far this has to go on. But then it may be just because I have that spacer in here, that little lock thing, that it's looking further. It's not really all that much further. It's actually spinning nice now. Okay, how far are we now? I'm gonna angle this thing going and see if we can go in without a struggle here. There it goes. I want to get this thing in here. Boy, I can smell jet fumes. It stinks. Oh, airport stinks. So I can see that where this is really got to go back a lot further. And this little lock nut here has to really wedge in there. This is going to be a pain and very close. And the fumes of these airplanes are killing me. You wouldn't believe the pollution that jet engines put out. Just stinks. It smells like diesel fuel. So now that's getting pretty tight. And I hope this thing's ready to go on here. And the angle's kind of funny. Let's scoot it a bit more. Won't go in any further. So I want to back off this nut here a little bit, get it even down further to where I could get a few more turns. It's as far as I can get that nut to go. Let's back this thing in a bit. Very close, but no cigar. Here's the vice grips again. Put those onto there. Find my wrench. And try to get this thing backed up in here a bit. I am totally out of threads now. So I'm wondering if I could even have this collar on here. This collar may be a bad idea. It may not work with the collar on there, which means it's got to come all the way back off. I'm thinking the collar's got to come off. Oh, wait a minute. It's very, very close. So could I get another turn out of this thing inbound? It's really close. Let's see if we can turn it a bit more. One more spin around the block. One more spin for this thing. Okay, there's one turn. Nope, it's not gonna work. So no. not going to line up, even if I spin it all the way like that. That's as far in as I can go. And nope. So this little spacer has to come off. It didn't have that spacer on before. And maybe I can see why. So because I'm doing it wrong, it takes me 3 times the amount of time. I'm out here smelling jet exhaust under a car when I could be in the house or in the hotel relaxing and sleeping. Of course, if I was smarter, I would have bought a newer car. The whole trick was I wanted to buy a cheap car, almost like a disposable car, and the thought of having a Mercedes was pretty cool. And I'm spinning this thing for no reason because the vice grips aren't on, and so it's just spinning and doing nothing. That's called being tired. Okay, vice grips are on. Let's spin this thing some more.